BBC's Director General Tim Davie, along with new CEO Deborah Turness, have resigned, marking a seismic moment in global media credibility. This happened after internal documents revealed a controversial edit of Donald Trump's January 6, 2021 speech in a documentary where separate sections were spliced to make him appear as though he led the crowd at the US Capitol. The leaked memo by former advisor Michael Prescott alleged serious and systemic bias in BBC reporting over Trump, Gaza, trans rights issues, and more. So the resignations came in not simply because of a fumbled edit, but because this episode exposed deeper structural vulnerabilities, editorial leeway, institutional blind spots, and trust erosion. For India, this debate feels familiar. The BBC has, in recent years, produced content on India that many saw as crossing from journalism into agenda. Its 2023 documentary on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, released just a year before India's general elections, revived old allegations about the 2002 Gujarat riots. This despite the fact that India's Supreme Court had already given Modi a clean chit, finding no evidence of wrongdoing. The timing, tone, and selective framing of that film raised questions about motive, whether it was meant to inform or to influence perception at a politically sensitive time. What's telling is how quickly some in India's media and activist circles parroted the BBC's claims as gospel truth, using them to target the government without pausing to ask whether the broadcaster itself was beyond scrutiny. For Indian audiences, there are two lessons here. We do need transparency and accountability in media, but we also need to question global narratives that seem aimed at discrediting our government. If the BBC itself is struggling with bias and inconsistency, do you think it is fair to assume its coverage of India is always neutral or correct? Now that the BBC is facing a credibility crisis of its own, the irony is clear. An organization that often lectures others on ethics and honesty is being accused of bias, manipulation, and weak editorial practices. This leadership shakeup should make us all think, not just about the BBC, but about how we consume and trust international media, especially when they talk about India.